Every Christian church in the country should be able to answer some basic questions about homosexuality. Do you consider it a sin? Do you support same-sex marriage? These are hot-button issues among the broader spectrum of Christians, but my point is that most churches have firm positions on them. They know their answers. Yet those answers are rarely advertised. It's not like you'll find them on their websites. The website might say, "We love everyone," or "We welcome all people," but the fine print says something else. Why hide from the truth? Well, because if a church is open about being anti-gay, it could be a deal breaker for some new members, especially the young people they're trying to capture. Pastors would rather bring LGBTQ people and allies into the fold than spring all the bigotry on them later on, even if that takes a couple of years. It's honestly just cruel. Because by the time some people find out just how horrible their own church's positions are, their entire life could be mixed in with the church. Walking away would leave them maybe without a job or friends or any kind of social safety net. And that's the whole point. The churches want to suck you in so that you can't leave even if you wanted to. Now, there's no way to force these churches to do the right thing. And it's not like we can rely on Christians to do the right thing on their own. But in 2017, a group of progressive Christians launched a website called Church Clarity in order to fix this problem. Some groups fight against bigotry, but these Christians took a very different approach to the problem. They wanted to fight against ambiguity. They wanted to make it easier for Christians to learn where churches stood on issues like homosexuality so they could make informed decisions about where to go and where to give their money. For example, Pastor Rick Warren, very famous, runs Saddleback Church in California, one of the largest churches in the country. But Saddleback is rated on the Church Clarity website as unclear and non-affirming. They're non-affirming because, as a Southern Baptist church, they oppose same-sex marriage and wouldn't allow a gay wedding in their building. They're unclear because they don't say that anywhere on their website. Ideally, all churches would be labeled clear affirming or clear non-affirming. Just tell us what you believe if you have an answer. Church Clarity isn't about shaming anti-gay churches. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. The site is only about publicizing information that churches have private answers to already. It's about honesty. Or, to put it another way, this is about making sure churches don't get credit for positions they don't hold. Rick Warren should not be treated as some kind, compassionate pastor when his church holds the same theological views as some of the most anti-gay churches out there. There's no penalty on the site for being anti-gay, nor does it look bad, at least to a casual observer, if a church is still openly deciding how to handle this issue. The website is just about compiling information that churches should be open about. Recently, though, a writer for the conservative legal group Alliance Defending Freedom condemned the site. Because if there's one thing conservatives hate, it's honesty. The writer said the site was a smear campaign that was compiling a list of churches that the ACLU could possibly sue in the future. The complaint made no sense. I mean, first of all, how can it be a smear campaign when all they're doing is telling people exactly what the churches believe with links to the relevant portions of their websites? They're not making stuff up. It's not smear when it's true and in context. This isn't revenge. And also, to say the ACLU is the enemy here shows you how little this group, this legal group, understands the First Amendment. The ACLU has never gone after churches for their bigoted beliefs. They wouldn't do that. They would defend the right of people to believe whatever they want, including religious people with horrible views. Again, if ADF has a problem with Church Clarity, they really have a problem with honesty and transparency. It says a lot about the organization that those qualities are perceived as problematic.